What's up guys, Curtis here and welcome to episode 24 I think of my pack opening series. So in this episode, again I'm not too sure, I can't remember if I opened 105k or 120k of packs, but at the start I only had 70k, but Sinclair ended up selling and I got coins from discarding players as I went along. But I'm not going to talk about the packs as I rarely do on these pack openings. I haven't done a live pack opening for a while, and I like to basically just talk about whatever is on my mind during these pack openings. So this week's episode I decided that I'm going to talk about playoffs and the Champions League final, which of course the Championship playoffs and the Champions League final was last weekend. But before we get started, I just quickly want to say two things. Firstly, at the start you would have seen a little ad for controllermods.co.uk. If you check out their website, which is linked below, and use discount code Curtis20, you get 20% off, which is pretty decent. But if you could also put a comment in the description below, in the comments below even, guys, of things you want me to talk about. Like, I sometimes find it hard for ideas for these commentaries, so if you want to just put some suggestions below, and maybe I'll talk about it, and then find out what you guys think about it. But so I'm going to talk about the Champions League final first, and it was quite a dull game. Chelsea basically parked the bus, like I'm sure literally every person on the planet watched it, I swear, and they parked the bus until the 85th minute when they conceded, and it was just Bayern knocking at the door again and again and again and again, and they couldn't. It just was so dull. I wanted Chelsea to win for two reasons. Primarily because that meant Chelsea would have been knocked out of the Champions League spot, and being an Arsenal fan, I obviously don't want that to happen. Also, the fact Chelsea's an English club and Bayern Munich's a German club, I obviously want the English club to win over that. And I also had like a free bet thing with Sky, that £10 that I didn't have to pay anything, and it got me, I think it would have been £43 back or something like that. But it had to be a win in normal time, which it wasn't, and yeah, so that happened. But so Bayern Munich took the lead with a really nice header from Müller, and the Bayern Munich players went absolutely mental. They were so excited, but it was a really nice header into the ground and bounced over Czech, who had been one of the best players of the night. But then the big Drogba stepped up and bullet headed, better than Müller's header. It was an unbelievable header into the back of the net. Great. The Neuer had absolutely no chance. And then minutes later he gave away a penalty, which the big beast Czech, I actually called this on Twitter and really confused a load of people before it even was taken. I just tweeted out in caps, "What a save!" exclamation mark, because I had a feeling it was going to happen, and I got loads of replies like, "I thought my TV was lagging," and things like that, which made me lol. But yeah, then the game really spiced up. After Bayern Munich's goal, the game was really good. Extra time was really good, and penalties were so tense. I wouldn't say Chelsea deserved to win, but putting in the defensive performance they did, the defenders played unbelievably well. And considering both teams didn't have their full squads out, Bertrand playing left mid, he played really well. I think David Luiz, not a first team starter. He plays quite a bit, but not as much compared to JT and I'd say Cahill really. But he played really well. He did a good job of blocking loads of shots, and I think Chelsea did well with their defensive performance, and they probably deserved what they got after the concentration they kept for such a long period of time. Because people say, they just parked the bus, but that's not an easy thing to do. Just making sure you don't make any slips and relying on your defence. I mean, they did eventually let us slip, but they managed to get one back. But yeah, so they won. I don't think it was fair that JT got to lift the trophy, but there's nothing you can do about that. And I've only got about a minute and a half left to talk about it. But the playoff final, I was a bit disappointed. I wanted Blackpool to win. I like Ian Holloway, and because of that reason alone, I like Blackpool. He's an amazing man, a hilarious man, a brilliant manager. And I really wanted them to go up. I think they were quite unlucky. They played really well all game. I'd definitely say they were the better team. They had some really good chances at the start of the first half, and then midway through the second half it was all them. But they're unlucky not to get it. I think they played quite well, but West Ham just nicked it with Vazte, and a lucky goal at the end, I'd say. It was a shame that Blackpool didn't manage to get it, but that means West Ham are in the Prem, and I am also kind of glad for them, because they're a London team, and they're one of the few London teams that I really like. So I'm kind of glad that they're back up. Obviously with Southampton and Reading, that's also good for me as well, because there's a lot of like southeastern teams, like London teams now in the Prem, especially with those three going up, which means more away games that I can go to. Obviously, I like Bolton going down. That's good. I'm never going to go to one of their a game at Bolton and Wolves. So that was quite good. But the games. What am I talking about? The pack opening is about to end now, guys. If you could leave a like, that'd be awesome. At the end, there'll be links to other videos of mine that I have done. If you go and check them out, that'd be cool. Remember to just have a look at controllermods.co.uk and tell me what you think. And maybe
What's up,
if you want
guys?
to buy
Curtis
something,
here, and
that'd be
welcome to
awesome.
Overpriced
Thanks
vs.
for watching,
Affordable
guys, and I'll
episode
see you guys
7.
next
Just
time.